All right, welcome to day 34. I feel like I be doing weird stuff with my hands. Okay. It is like literally what probably 10 o'clock for me tonight, but I got a good amount of work done yesterday. At least as far as like mentally, I would say I was only really maybe working for like 30, 45 minutes through some of the content that I'm going through in Google Cloud Skills Boost, but I felt like my brain was primed for it. So I was able to really like take in the concepts and kind of process the information that I was learning. So it felt really good. It felt really productive, even though it was a short period of time. So pretty much today, what I want to do is actually focus on the lab that we have in Google Cloud Skills Boost for vector search and embeddings. I'm very, very excited to play around with this because, dang it, I still did the wrong thing. Hold on, because I went out of my way to download the right, I went out of my way to download the right background and then I didn't even put it up. I want to be, dang it, it's not, oh yeah, okay, here we go. All right, it says 365 days of code. So, anyways, yeah, yesterday when I left off on, I pretty much I rewatched all the videos, even though I watched these videos the day before, because the day before when I was watching them, I wasn't all here. I wasn't all the way here. So yesterday when I watched it, I felt like all the concepts are really soaking in, and it was very productive for me. So today I'm excited to actually just finish up this course by jumping into the lab. And this lab is the same, I think this is the same content that we looked at when we had this workshop back on Tuesday of last week. So I should be able to get a lot out of actually doing this lab versus just going through the notebook itself. I don't even know if I still have the tab open, but I did have the notebook open and I was kind of going to work through that. And then I was like, wait, let me go and see if there's actually a course in a lab in Cloud Skills Boost. So, of course, there was, but that's pretty much what I'm going to do today. So, if you've never seen Cloud Skills Boost and Quick, they call this Quick Labs or Quick something. I forget what the lab thing is called. Quick something. QWIK. Okay, they don't have the name up. But anyways, when you're in this environment in Google Cloud Skills Boost, what'll happen is you use credits, which basically kind of pays for the resources that you're going to be using for your environment. And once I start the lab, it's going to spin up an environment for me with all the basic Google Console setup that I need to get started. I will have an hour and 30 minutes on this lab. That's like the longest one I've had so far. So I'll have an hour and 30 minutes. And then if I don't finish within the hour and 30 minutes, it's going to delete my environment. So that's pretty much how these environments work. I haven't had an issue running out of time. From what I can tell, they really do give you enough time to go through, but you have to be focused on the lab. You cannot like be all over the place because otherwise you genuinely will run out of time. So I'm going to try to, keep myself on track in that regard. Let me see. Trying to see if there's anything. Okay. So I got an hour and a half. I don't think it'll take me an hour and a half, but we'll see. Dookie, welcome in. How's it going? So yeah, if I'm less chatty today, it is because I am on a time limit whenever I do my labs. So I like to read through these first because there's no point in losing time on actually reading through the lab. You already know what it is, Dookie. I mean, we are here learning, so of course. I don't know if I wouldn't call it working hard though. This is just normal part of my life. Yeah. And then I'm going to bed after this so I can get up and go to church in the morning. Because I stayed up super late last night. Not on stream, but I stayed up late. And then I slept in, but I can't really sleep in tomorrow. So I'm going to try to stay focused. I've been a professional for many years now. That's just a part of my life, you know. Um, Learning new things is a normal part of software engineering in general. So even when I'm new at something, like at this phase of my career, it's like even when I'm new at something, I mean, I'm not new to the career. So it's a good space to be in because at the same time that means a lot of times I'm not like struggling to determine how I'm going to acquire new skills. Um, my big thing is just making sure that I don't go overboard trying to learn everything. I'm not interested in building a robot database. I don't know what that would be. I'm not really a database person in general either. I mean, vector databases, like, it's a database, but it's not, if that makes sense. It's more so like I use databases, but databases is not like my specialty. What even would you consider to be a robot database? Before you click start the lab, hands-on lab, yes. They always say use incognito, but if I'm being honest, I don't typically. What's gonna happen is it's gonna give me an account to sign in with. I just avoid signing in with my Google Cloud account. How to start your lab and sign in. Let's see. Click the start lab button if you need to. I have more than enough credits. Once I start lab, my credentials are going to be right here. Okay, so we're going to be working in the workbench, Vertex AI workbench. Ooh, I'm going to be running commands this time. Okay, I haven't done this in Google Cloud yet. Yeah, I haven't done this. I haven't had to do that before, so that's going to be good. Because this was, I think part of this was simulate if I was working with this locally. So once I know how to do this process, then I'll probably incorporate this type of feature into the nursery bot. Let me see. Intro text embedding vector search notebook. That might be the one that we were using. I can't remember. Let's see. This is scan. I'm keeping scan open. Did I? I need to make sure I save this. Actually, here we can copy this into. Let's see. Google research. SCANN, which is scalable nearest neighbors. Yeah. Okay, so duh. I almost forgot to actually paste the link. Okay, because I'm trying to minimize some of these. Actually, I'm gonna close my console because I don't want it to confuse. I don't think I have any more open. I don't want that to get confused with And then what I wanted to do is make sure I either need to fork this or I'm gonna start it and I'll probably fork it. What's the branches look like over here? It looks like looks like all the branches are just based on CICD stuff. So I'm just gonna fork master. I appreciate you popping in, Dookie. Okay, so I just want to have a copy of this. There's a Twitch ad incoming in about 5 seconds, but I'm just going to go ahead and kick off my lab. Oh, I want this blog right here too, because this is the intro. Wait, what just happened? Freaking arm hurts. All right. Oh, and let me see the reading, because I will probably go through the reading list. Let me do this. Deck. Wait, can I just copy and paste this? That would be really wonderful if it worked. Dang it. Come on. It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Why in the actual... Why would it save as whatever this weird extension is? I was just looking at this because I saved this already. I don't understand why it saves like that. What is up with this format? Okay, it works if I open it up that way. I was just trying to... I'm so confused. What kind of format is it supposed to be? Let's do it this way. Yeah, it's the same thing either way. Let's open this. Yeah, I'm gonna still have to put the links in there, so whatever. Alright. Not necessary. Miss Siner, welcome. Frozer, welcome. I hope everybody had a good day today. I really, I gotta start getting my streams in earlier because I be getting to like the end of the day and I'm like, oh, I'm ready to just chill, relax. And then I'm like, oh, I still got work to do. So that's kind of where I was. I was like, already put the baby to bed. I was chilling. Then I was like, let me get my butt up before before I fall asleep. I'll be so mad at myself. It's tough at the end of the day. Heck yeah. It's like I'm naturally a night owl, so that part doesn't bother me. It's just doing this every day right now. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still like, cause I'm the type of person where if it's out of my routine, I might completely forget about something until I get used to the new routine. Um, and right now it's not like a consistent time every day. So it's more so that I'm concerned that like as soon as I sit down, I'm like, oh, I did everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna forget. But like mentally, physically, it's not really the end of the day like drag most of the time, because I usually take a nap during the day. I usually have to take a nap. So like today I took like at least a 3-hour nap. I didn't get back. I got back up around probably like, let me see, I don't know, maybe I didn't sleep for 3 hours. It was at least 2 though, probably like 2, an hour and a half. I took a nice solid nap in the afternoon, so I feel good. Like energy wise, I feel good. So I'm doing this lab, y'all, and it's called Quick Labs. I think QWIK, something like that. So when I start my lab, it's gonna spin up an environment for me, and I will only have this amount of time before my environment gets deleted. Just start turning off the lights. All the lights is off in my house. That's why I was like, nope, let me get up. And then I poured a glass of wine too. I said, let me get up and go sit at this computer before I be sitting here chilling. And then next thing you know, either I'll get dangerously close to the end of the night, or I'll just fall asleep. And then I do not want, like, I'm gonna be so heartbroken if I fall asleep and I wake up like, oh my god, I missed my stream. I'm gonna be hurt. All right, so we are going to wait. How do I open with a window? Shift command in. Oh, I can do it this way. All right, I just want to do what they tell me to do, because especially now that I actually have a paid, I mean, it's not really paid because I'm on the trial still, but since I do have a I do have my like credits on my Google Cloud account. I don't want them to get confused. Glass of wine. Shoot, I'm about to go pour me some too. Yeah, I got mine right here. Getting the schedule right is so hard. I've been trying to get the schedule right since I became a streamer. And I literally used to fall asleep. The reason why, if y'all looking, I think it's still in the description. And I think we still need to build this feature into the bot, but it's called like the Pass the Fuck Out bot, Pass TF bot. That bot is because this is when I was working full time. So I would work all day, wrecking my brain on Java microservices and vehicle connectivity, stuff that's not like solved problems, or like not openly solved problems. Then I would come home and I would be so exhausted, and I'll usually go to a meetup or host a meetup after work. So now I'll come home and I'll be exhausted, and then I will go to sleep, and then it'll be so hard to get back. So if I did get back up, I would get back up. It would be like, let me be careful with my timer. It would be about Here, let's do this. I'm gonna swap this out. Oh, dang it. I can't do it that way. Get rid of that one. But yeah, I will wake back up probably around like 11. And then I would just stream like until 4 in the morning. But a lot of days I wouldn't wake back up. And therein lies the problem. So that was the that was the whole like general idea behind that bot. Can I make this go away? What the heck? Okay, my lab is still open. I don't need, how do I make that go away? I don't need that. Oh, because I'm inside the course. Dang it, that's irritating. All right. We have to follow the instructions, that's why. It's stupid. But yeah, and then so Frozer, I know I went to see if you were streaming today because I slept in. So I woke up and it was like, by the time I was thinking about going to my computer, I'm like, dang, it's already 11:45. But then I saw you didn't even really get to stream. I'm like, oh yeah, you must have had stuff to do. And then I saw you had posted in Discord, like, life happens, as it does, because we are real human beings. So if you stream tomorrow, I'll probably check in. Oh wait, that kind of. Oh well. All right, so here we go. I think this is the beginning now. Oh, I'm in the right part. So this is going to be taking a data set, generating embeddings for the items in the data set, probably storing them and doing some type of cloud storage for them, and then setting up vector search for the data and deploying it. So I think the example that they're going to be using in this one is I think the example in this one is related to a what's our favorite website, y'all? Stack Overflow. I was gonna say the name should not be blanking. Okay, so I don't need this part. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I have to go to the workbench. Where's I thought it's not pins because this is not my this is not my environment. This is the lab environment. So all the AI stuff is like towards the end of the list. So we're going to AI. Vertex AI in particular, and then we need to go to workbench. So I think, wait, does it show up if I get this far? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So usually my instances are created for me in some of the other labs. This one is having me create them myself. Oh yeah, I might be at 11. Yep. By 11 I'll be at church. But I might catch you by the time I get out of church, because it'll probably be like 12 o'clock your time when I get out of church. We get out of church between like 12:30 and 1 Eastern. and I usually come back home. I do have a friend that's supposed to be coming to church with me tomorrow, her and her daughter, so we'll see. But most likely I'll come and hang towards after the stream is kind of kicked off. All right, so I'm gonna create a new instance, right? Use the default name or enter a unique name. I'm just gonna use the default name because I have no real reason to change it. It's gonna get deleted anyways. I'm gonna be in US Central 1 and zones to US Central 1C. I wish these were on the opposite side. It's okay. Let's see. Life be happening too much lately. Look, that's how it is. And I'm at a phase right now too where I'm starting to realize, like, especially when you get certain resistance. I've been getting a lot of resistance, like a lot of things that I could tell it's like an attempt to discourage me or get me off track or like break my focus. And then it's like, I see what you did there. You tried. But that's, to me, at this point now, instead of getting so frustrated by those type of situations, that's even more confirmation that I'm supposed to be doing whatever it is that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be trying to stream and then none of my stuff would just be going right. But instead of walking away in frustration, I'll just still, grind it out. And I'm like, I can tell, life is going to be life and there's always going to be stuff going on. But sometimes it'd be funny when you look and you like, I think this is when you on track to your purpose and what you really supposed to be doing. That's when you're going to get the most resistance. Because ever since I moved here, not even since I moved here, but since I got back into streaming in particular, I've been getting a lot of like interference, just stupid stuff that's like, I could let this bother me, but if I let it bother me, I would never stream. And I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm like working on my content, when I'm teaching, when I'm helping support others. Like, I already know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I see that kind of stuff now, it's like, it's still frustrating, but I just think of it in a different way. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I have to open a terminal. I never did this before. So I could just take all the defaults, I guess. It's 20 cents an hour, right? Or 145 per month. Yeah, so in Google Cloud terms, I think one credit is like roughly $1. So this is like a $5 like setup basically. That's what the credits are for. The credits are to offset the cost of having the environment stood up. All right, so that's gonna take a second, and then I'm gonna go to click open Jupyter Lab. So I guess I'll have a button to open it once this is done. Like I said, y'all, I haven't done, usually this part is set up for me, so I'm looking to do this. I think I'm going to, I don't know at what point this year I want to do it, but I want to take the MLE cert for Google Cloud. That's my goal. Because I was planning on getting a cloud cert anyways. And if I was just going to get a general cloud cert, like just, you know, like managing tools in the cloud, basically like a general cloud cert like that, I would probably actually gear it more towards AWS because AWS is so common. But for the machine learning cert in particular, I think Google Cloud is my preferred place to certify. So that's my plan. All right, so now inside of my notebook, I can click the terminal. I'm surprised it'll let me. Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter. I was gonna say I'm surprised it'll let me clone from a HTTPS, but as long as I don't have to push back, it shouldn't matter. Is that PLAI? Oh, it was a whole bunch cut off. Google Cloud Platform. Yes, I could have copied and pasted it. All right, so that's cloned. So now the notebook is here. So it says clone and run the notebook. The whole notebook? In the left pane, navigate to the embeddings folder, open the notebook. See, because it says clone and run the notebook, but then there's more. Okay, I was gonna say because there's more instructions on what I'm actually supposed to be running. All right, cool. So I'm going in here and I'm going to embeddings, and this one's gonna be intro text EMB. I guess we'll just use the Python 3. Yeah, that's preferred, so we'll use that kernel. My birthday is May 14th. Why do you ask? I don't need to run this. Is this the one? I can't remember. I think this is the one I had that I was going to start with. Yep, this is the one we were looking at the other day. Okay. But what I'm going to do is, this is the one I had open in Colab. I haven't started thinking about my birthday plans yet. Our Hacking with the Homies conference is right before my birthday, so I'm probably just going to be offline enjoying some rest. Besides, I mean, we will be streaming, but running the conference is a lot of work, so we'll see how I feel. Versus AI embeddings for text. All right, so we are using we don't have to create our embeddings from scratch or come up with our own strategies for embeddings, creating embeddings. Google Cloud has two models for embedding. They have one text model, and they have one multimodal model as well. This one is for text embeddings, so that's the one we're going to be using in this example. All right, so we will start here. Shift enter. I wish they put the timer over here where they put the scores, because the score stays stationary with you. It would be nice if they put the timer there as well, because I have to scroll all the way back up to the top to see the timer. And depending on depending on how my window is, sometimes this is not actually updating in real time. So it's just a little minor thing that would make a big difference, since you usually have to split screen this stuff. All right, so run the setup. Environment variables. I can do this one. Wait, one. Okay. Wait. Oh, I ran both of them. See, I begin distracted. Okay. Did the kernel restart? I didn't see. I guess it did. We can skip the collab stuff. So now let's enable the APIs. All right, so that worked. So it's going to be using BigQuery, the AI platform. All right, do I need to set the IAM permissions? Oh, did I need to change the environment variables? Hold on. Use US Central 1 for the location and my project ID. I need to set my project ID. Hold on. So please set the project ID manually below. Oh, right here. Let's rerun this. And then I think that's all I need for here. So I'll rerun that one. Okay, so now, I mean, these should already be enabled, so it doesn't matter too much. But I am going to rerun those. Oh yeah, it actually does matter because the project ID is a part of this. Okay, now I can skip the IAM permissions because those are already set on my service account. All right, so now we are ready to generate some embeddings. Okay, so this project uses a data set from Stack Overflow. It's gonna take 1,000 questions. And this is something I'm probably gonna look into later. Well, I definitely will be looking into it later. There are public data sets on Google Cloud. So this is one of them that we would have access to. So I'm definitely going to be looking to see what other data sets are available. But this is a good one, especially for our use cases. Create the text embeddings and then navigate to getting started with vector search. Okay, so we are going to prepare the data. So we're using BigQuery, creating a client for the project ID that we set up, and then we are going to be selecting the first 1,000 questions from this data set, BigQuery public data Stack Overflow post questions. And then setting up a data frame for those. That's what all of this code is doing. All right, so once we have our data and we have it in a data frame, this is a preview of what the data set looks like. I think .head gives you, it would just give you like the first 5 or something like that, as you can see here. It's been a minute since we looked at that, but I did learn that stuff back in last year sometime. Okay, so here's a title: Flutter Google Play pre-launch error. It's not showing the whole title, but you can kind of see expecting binder but got null, background process for mobile device tracking, ... Python, same list gets used on second call. So you can tell if you're familiar with Stack Overflow, that looks like the titles or the actual post headers that you would see for a question. All right, so now that we have our data frame set up and we have our 1,000 questions, we are going to create embeddings for these. So in Vertex AI, we will use the text embedding model, and the one that we're going to use is text embedding -gecko 001. Did that finish? I think so. All right, so pull in our embedding model. So in this tutorial, we will use text embedding gecko 001 model for getting text embeddings. Supported models. I'm gonna open this over here if I can. To learn which stable text embedding model versions are available, see available stable model versions. So you got text Bison 001, text Bison 002. I think the Bison is the smaller ones. No, Bison must be the big one and Gecko is the small one. I just remember at some point they explained these like animal names. The animal names are kind of distinguishing which is the bigger version of the model and which is the smaller version of the model. So you have, these are all versions, but Okay, yeah, so these are all language models, but they have different uses, right? So text embedding is a specific language model. This is not one that we would actually use to like chat with. This is one that we use to translate our data into text embeddings. So you got text embedding Gecko 3, 2, 1, and multilingual 1. Release dates. So this is the older one, the one we're using. Ooh. Latest model is not guaranteed to be stable. To use the stable version, append the 3-digit version. All right, so we are going to be using 001 as they said. Once you get the model, you can call its get embeddings function. To get embeddings, you can pass up to 5 texts at once in a call, but there is a caveat. By default, the text embeddings API has a request per minute quota or rate limiting. It's 60 for new cloud projects and 600 for projects with usage history. So rather than using the function directly, you want to define a wrapper to limit. I know she's not calling me at 11 o'clock. You want to define a wrapper to limit under 10 calls per second and pass 5 texts each at a time. So that's what this code is doing. It's basically batching in groups of 5. Because you can pass 5 at a time, and then it has like a sleep timer on it, so you won't overload the API. Okay, so let's run this. This is going to get our embeddings. We should have one giant list of embeddings at the end of this. Well, not giant, but it will be 1,000 embeddings. So let's go there. The following code will get embedding for the question titles and add them as a new column. Okay, so now we are going to update the data frame, and for each question that we have in a data frame, we're going to associate the embedding with it as well. So let's see what that looks like, because this is what the data frame looks like right now. Just the ID and the title, which is like, I guess this is, I don't know if there's more. There must be more info, or is it just going to be the title? But anyways, this is what the data frame looks like right now. So then, in addition to this, I'm expecting to see a column for the embeddings after this. Yep, there should be a column called embedding. So let's run this. Ooh, it's gonna take a little time. It's not too slow though. If we go too fast, we'll get rate limited, and then most likely at that point our request will get rejected. This is the you talking about this part, preacher, for they talked about different distance calculations for the embedding space. Actually, it was four different types. They're only showing three here. Let me see. Because there's L1 distance, L2 distance, cosine similarity, and inner product. I think cosine similarity is not recommended. I can't remember which one was the one we're supposed to use. This is like, no. Oh, the first one is Manhattan distance. L1 distance. I think L1 distance is that, I think Manhattan distance is L1 distance. It's like grid. It's like grid calculation. This is what I wrote. Manhattan distance is grid distance. Euclidean distance is, I think that's L2. Euclidean distance is hypotenuse distance. That's how I look at that. The way that they actually show like the vectors and the calculations. Cosine distance is the angle between the two vectors, and dot product distance is the inner product. That was the way that I like described them to myself. So Manhattan distance is the one they're not showing right now. So L2 is Euclidean, and then cosine, and then dot product is the third one. That's done. So these are the popular options. But okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to the embeddings, depending on how the model was trained, the embedding model was trained, that determines which distance function you're supposed to use. So that's why they said here with the text embedding Gecko 001, we have to use a dot product. So this is not necessarily true for all of the text embedding models. Just this one specifically is how the Gecko 001 text embedding was built or trained. Okay, so now you can see my data frame has the ID of the post. It has the title of the post, and it has the corresponding embedding that was created. These embeddings was created from the LLM. Excuse me. I guess it is an LLM. It's just not a chat-based language model. But the embedding model is a language model. All right, so we have to use the dot product or inner product. So in the following question, in the following code, it picks one question randomly and uses numpy np dot. That's a little bit funny. Np dot. It uses np dot function to calculate the similarities between the question and other questions. NumPy is so good. I need to spend a lot more time with NumPy, but I got to spend a decent amount priming and getting used to some of the stuff with NumPy last year when I was doing 100 Days of Machine Learning. Okay, so We have the random. What are they using random for? Oh, just to randomly pick a question. Okay, I guess that's yeah, sure. You should have just picked a question. We didn't actually need this part, but that's okay. NumPy as MP. It was something you had said, Preacher, about getting copyright strikes for AI generated music, and I got like some notices from Twitch, and now I have to go back and see because they're talking about copyright strikes, and I'm like, I haven't been listening to copyrighted music. The only thing I can think of is like the day when we were watching it was that one day we were watching like the choir, the what do they call it? The algo raves and the computer orchestra. But otherwise I'm trying to figure out like when else would that have happened. SoundCloud told me someone had a copyright strike on an equation that I did. I was vexed. Yeah, so I'm kind of confused, but I'm gonna have to look and see what Twitch is talking about. Cause literally, I've literally been listening to Moobert like at least for the past 2 weeks almost. We've been consistently listening to Moobert. So unless it was those short blips in the stream, I don't know where it's getting that from. I was vexed and won my thing. Literally freestyle some code and won. Congrats on that. Wait, but what do I have to do with SoundCloud? Was it related or those was two different things? This the code that you was working on what for the last couple day or two? I uploaded my outputs. Oh, okay. Bro, why did I just get a craving for some freaking pink Starburst? You know why? I had a pink Starburst C4. Oh man. Okay, let me focus because I don't know how much time I got left. I had an hour and a half, so 45 minutes. Okay, 50 minutes. You should can you put the song link? Can you post the song link? I'm gonna go back and look at it. All right, so we are going to get the print similarities for the first 5 questions. Okay. Oh, my mouse is frozen. Help. Help. What happened? I know it didn't die. Did it die? I guess it died. Dang. It wasn't charged in the first place. I charged it the other day and it was literally like probably at less than 10%. I'm gonna try to remember to charge it tonight. Oh, print the similarities for the first 5 questions. Pick one of them as a key question. Calculate the dot product between the key and other questions. And then print similarities for the first 5. How similar? This is how similar those first 5 are. Then sort the questions with the similarities and print the list. The key question is, how do I make an animation start on scroll down? The first question that, I mean, the most similar is the exact same question. Then you have trigger CSS animations on click, which is very similar because a scroll is a input, it's an event, and on click is another event. Even though it's misspelled, but that's okay. That's the beauty of the LLM. The LLM can understand context and not actual like literal keywords. Use scroll direction hook makes slide and button flicker animation after state change in React Native. So a lot of this is talking about animations. It's all talking about CSS related stuff. So seems legit. And these are the similarities right here. So one is like, this is literally the exact same thing. Then the closest one is 0.75 or 0.76, 0.72, so on and so forth. I got DMCA for royalty-free stuff that I've used before. Yeah, that also has been a very annoying issue I've been having on Twitch. That's why we're listening to AI music, because I had music that was royalty free or that I had permission to use, and Twitch just automatically been muting my VODs for it. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, and some people claim sounds to jam the system. I mean, some people do claim sounds, but like, some people claim the sounds, and also it's a big issue where if you have, there's tools that we can use as streamers that, yes, the music is copyrighted, but we have license to use them. And Twitch doesn't take that into account at all. They just mutes it automatically, because I was using a service that I've been using in the past, and it's literally music that I'm licensed to use, but Twitch doesn't like really care. It just like, oh, that's copyrighted. You can't do that. Okay, if you say so. But yeah, then you also got the people that's just like submitting copyrights for stuff. But the thing is, it's not really the issue of the people who clog up the system, because it's more so how does Twitch handle it versus how YouTube handles it. Because with YouTube, I can get, it's a difference between a copyright strike and a copyright claim, versus like, you can use some music, you can use as copyrighted, that's fine, but you just might have to if your content is monetized, you might not make the money off that content. That's one. Two, on YouTube, a lot of times if you're licensed to use certain music, you have to have it in your video description. So if you use certain tools or certain like somebody's music, then they won't strike your video because you gave the attribution like you were supposed to. And then another thing is that with YouTube, if I do have music that's like an actual something that would cause a potential strike, I'm going to be able to go into the system and actually see that and do something about it. Or I'm going to be able to submit like my own claim or my own I have the ability to like submit a issue with YouTube, and then usually if they don't respond, they're just gonna, like, YouTube's just gonna, they're gonna leave my video alone. But Twitch is Twitch is like, it's like a mediocre version it's like a mediocre version of Content ID on YouTube. All right, so now that we have our embeddings, we need to use, so what would be interesting is if I, instead of using numpy ... if I used a different function, my similarities would actually be off. I don't want to lose time in trying to do that, but that would be interesting to play around with. Okay, so you can find similar embeddings by calculating the distance or similarity between them, but this isn't easy when you have millions or billions of embeddings. For example, if you have 1 million embeddings in 700 with 768 dimensions, you need to repeat the distance calculations for 1 million times 768. This would take some seconds. Too slow. All right, it looked like y'all got AI writing this, but so the researchers have been studying a technique called approximate nearest neighbor. This is where scan comes in, because scan is a specific version of approximate nearest neighbor. This is what vector search uses. Scan is scalable nearest neighbor. If I remember the way they described it, if I remember correctly, part of how they minimize, the number of searches you have to do is creating a specific space. Yeah. See, this is a topic. That's web development. Okay, web development, facial recognition. ANN uses vector quantization for separating the space into multiple spaces with a tree structure. This is similar to the index of relational databases for improving the query performance, enabling very fast and scalable search with billions of embeddings. With the rise of LLMs, the ANN is getting popular quite rapidly, known as vector search technology. So that's approximate nearest neighbor. In 2020, Google Research published a new ANN algorithm called SCAN. It is considered one of the best ANN algorithms in the industry, also the most important foundation for search and recommendation in major Google services such as Google Search, YouTube, and many others. Let me see how much time I got. 40 minutes. I think I'm done with this. Oh, I haven't created a storage bucket yet. Okay, so that's probably the end of this one. No, wait, let me see. Generate embeddings. Oh yeah, the storage bucket's down here. All right, so save the embeddings in a JSON file. Looks like this. So you got the ID for every question. You have the ID, the embedding vector. Oh, that's it. Huh. I guess that makes sense, right? You don't need the title anymore. The title, I guess the title is the data that was converted into an embedding. All right, and then here's our bucket, cloud storage bucket. You have to do this. When you create the embeddings, they don't get saved automatically in Google Cloud. If you don't save them, then it's just gone, basically. So that's a data safety type thing. Okay, so I have my bucket now. Is it gonna? Yep. Okay. Now we need to create and deploy an index. So this is a matter of using the specific tooling that they have for vector search. now that we have our embeddings. Create a matching engine index with its create tree AH index. Oh, matching engine is what they used to call vector search. Okay. I knew that. So you know the dimensions. Let me see something. It's 768 dimensions in this embedding, right? Yep. So that's this formatting though. This is supposed to be a JSON file. Shouldn't these be all a part of one big object or one big array? That's maybe it's the formatting and the way it's being output. But the embeddings have 768 dimensions, so that's why this is set at 768. We pick how many nearest neighbors we want, and it has to be dot product distance for this data set in particular. Did I run this one? Is it running? Okay, yeah, it's running. Okay, it's done now. So create the index. It takes that long. I don't know if I got that much time. It says it takes, okay, I have 34 minutes. It says it takes 20 to 30 minutes to create the index. I hope I was moving fast enough to get through this. This will create the endpoint. Oh, this is a demo. While you wait, try the Stack Overflow semantic search demo. I saw the demo already. Is it really about to take that long? That's crazy. Here, let me queue up the rest of my stuff. You know it is not about to take me, no, 30 minutes to look at a demo. Come on, it can't be this slow. That's not slow, but still. Okay. Oh, and then let's do a cleanup at the end. That's crazy. So how will I know when it's done? Where is it? Where am I? I guess the deploy. What step is this? Yeah, this is the deploy step. So when this is done, then I'll be able to move on. All right, so I guess let's go look at the top of the notebook. Well, once this is done, I will have finished my freaking lab. Here, let's actually, what I would rather do, because I kind of have already been through a bunch of that stuff, I want to go back and look at Cloud Skills Boost, new tab, and because I'm almost done with this course, and I'm trying to figure out what is this on a specific path, vector search and embeddings. It's not in the GenAI, intro to GenAI. I know that already. They have a GenAI for developers learning path. And then the machine learning engineer learning path. So what's the difference in the content? Because this is the intro path. I already know it's not in here. The only other stuff left in here is it's all basics. Responsible AI, GenAI fundamentals, and more responsible AI. This is only going to be like, let me see. Intro to GenAI course. Wait, so how is this working? What? I already did this one, didn't I? Yeah, already. This is weird. It's like looping on. It's looping back on itself. I already did that. I didn't do this one yet. I'm pretty sure I did this already. No. How does GenAI work? It uses generic algorithm to evolve a population of models until it finds one that can generate the desired output. Uses a neural network to learn from a large data set. It uses rule-based system. Uses the internet to repeat answers for common questions. According to Google's AI principles, bias can enter into the system at only specific points in the ML lifecycle. I don't think that's true, but I guess I should finish the responsible AI portion. Performance of large language models generally improves as more data and parameters are added generally, right? You want to use machine learning to discover the underlying pattern and group a collection of unlabeled photos into different data sets. Unsupervised learning. You want to organize documents into distinct groups without predefining the groups. Which type of machine learning? Grouping is discriminative. Natural language processing, supervised, unsupervised. So I'm confused. Let me see if I go here. Right, I did this one. I did that. I have to do this one still. Okay, so that's also separate from these two. This one has attention mechanism, intro to image generation, encoder decoders, transformer models, generative AI. I'm just really surprised that the embeddings material doesn't belong to a path. Let me see if it's in one of these. Oh, that's just all labs. Okay. What about this one? Oh no. Okay, still waiting for it to deploy. this considered a course I was doing? Yeah, it was a course. I guess it really just has no spots. Oh, you know what? One more thing I want to see. This path, a one, two, three, four, six. So it's about 50 hours. This one is way more than 50. So maybe what I'll do next is before I go to this MLE path, this is much longer and way more involved. I'm going to, because I don't think I realized this one was here. I'm going to do this learning path. I haven't done anything with diffusion models, so that'll be interesting. And then if I go back, because I'm a little bit behind on startup school, this is all material from me going through the stuff from Tuesday. Thursday, they did code generation, completion, and chat. So I might work on this tomorrow. It's very likely. The only reason I wouldn't work on this tomorrow is if I just kind of want to take a little breather and do something fun. But I do need to work on. I need to catch up on this section. And considering how long it took me to work through the material for Tuesday, it's probably good if I start this tomorrow. So that way, depending on, because I need to watch the class first, then I need to see, actually, let's see what lab did they give us this week. Because the last time I would have checked labs, resources, that lab wasn't up the last time I checked. So they gave us a code generation notebook. Oh, and yeah, I definitely need to get up to speed because next week is retrieval augmented generation architectures. So this is an example of retrieval augmented generation, but this is just like an intro. So I guess we're going to do some deeper dives on that and then deeper dives on making enterprise chat apps. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Still waiting on this to deploy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. If it is the first time to deploy an index, it will take around 25 minutes. All right, so this is the query. This is the response. How to read JSON with Python. And then here's the results. Now, this is only 1,000 questions out of the data set. So that's why realistically, because it's a Stack Overflow data set, if we had more information, more data points, then we would probably get stuff that's a lot more accurate to the question. But these are still pretty close. Okay, so I think let's go back to my lab page. I should be good to verify my deployments, check my progress, ran a query. Now here's the thing, because I know this public demo is on the web. I guess they don't really show how to do it. Oh wait, excuse me. They don't really show how to do it, but here we can look at this public demo. They actually have a UI. A React front end served via Nginx and hosted on Cloud Run. The front end is built using React and Tailwind. It is served using Nginx. This is then containerized and served on Cloud Run. The back end is a Python app served using Fast API. It uses a thread pool to handle multiple training requests in parallel, and then this is then containerized and deployed on Cloud Run. The demo uses Vertex AI embeddings API for text to generate the embeddings, and multimodal embeddings for item images and text queries. So because the demos, Stack Overflow is text, but Mercari examples are multimodal. How to plot different groups of data from a data frame into a single figure. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Pandas, box plots. Oh, this one is searching over the entire data set. But really the only difference is that in our example, we limited the data that we're using to 1,000. Excuse me. We limited it to 1,000 records. This one is going across the whole data set, I think. So this will be the next step, I believe, in my opinion, just personally. So I got 100 out of 100. So I'm technically done with my lab, which also makes me done with this course. You learn how to create text embeddings and use them to create vector search index. You are now ready to use text embeddings in your own applications. Check out the following resources. I'm gonna save these links. Can I replace this? Where's Obsidian? Here it is. Minimize that for now. Let's see what's gonna happen if I do this. Beautiful. That's what I was expecting. They're gonna be hyperlinks. Perfect. Can I link to file, insert an attachment. There we go. And beautiful. Okay. Where's my lab code? All right, so I'm going to end the lab. Guess so. I'm done with this one because I did my quiz already. So, how do I see like my badges? Okay. So we'll close that one. I don't need the demo open. I did want to look at this for a second. View certifications. Hello? Oh, okay. So this is the one I'm going to go for, the machine learning engineer. Oh my God, I was dreaming when I took my nap earlier. I was dreaming about no, that was last night. I was dreaming about AR technology. This is weird. I was dreaming about AR shit. Like, I was dreaming that it was very background to the actual dream itself. The dream itself was not really related to AR technology. It was just a normal dream that I was having. But part of the dream was that we had AR technology where I could put like notes that I had. I could put them like I could put them like really giant on the wall. It was like, because I don't really want to go to the whole dream, but in the dream I was in like a workspace. It was like a shared, I don't know if it was a shared workspace or if it was like a specific office, and I really was standing in for somebody that I knew. But since I was standing in for the person, it was a bunch of stuff I had to remember that they were kind of like telling me all throughout the day, so I wouldn't forget. I was like, in AR, I was putting like these giant, like dang near giant post-its on the wall that I could see as I was moving around the space. And that's so funny. I just thought about that. Like, I was dreaming about AR stuff. I really want to do something AR. I want to see how the AR technology is going, because I'm ready. The Google, no, the Apple, what are they calling those freaking goggles? Those came out. Meta had their new glasses, but the glasses, as far as I could tell, I don't think they do anything AR, do they? Or am I making that up? Meta Ray-Bans. I know they have a AI assistant in them. And I know that you can live stream with them. Who has some AR glasses that don't look crazy? And then Preacher sent me some freaking AR contact lenses. Like, as extreme as it is to be like, should you put a device on your eyeball? In theory, it's like, but in reality, I would be one of those people that's like, yes, give me the AR contact lenses. Fizzy, welcome. I just finished my lab, so I might be wrapping up soon. But I'm like, I really want to know what's going on with AR stuff right now. I was dreaming about it, and that was just so weird to me. Like a the combination of the Vision Pro and the Meta Ray-Bans. Texted something in the chat of 16 personalities. Another thing, I saw your original post because you're just we got a lot of INTPs in the crowd. But I'm going to I'll take a look when I get off stream too. An INTP is not a common that's not a common personality type. But it makes sense given that our server is more so like tech folks. So it's creepy. Yeah, I know. It's very interesting. What I like about I actually appreciate you filling out the 16 personalities thing, because what I like about it is, like, it's not like I want to put people in buckets, because some personality types really get offended by that type of thing, which is so funny to me. I remember I asked somebody to do like 16 personalities. It was a guy. He got so offended. This was so long ago, but it was this guy. He got so offended by it. And it was so funny to me because once I read his personality type, it was funny because the person in the description of like his style, it was like this person like wants to be known for being unique and da 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 da. So it was funny just because it was like, yes, I can see that now, but now I've already offended this person. But for me, being a very logical person, sometimes I especially in the past, it's better now, but in the past I had a hard time like kind of understanding different people's like perspectives and like how to communicate with them effectively. So when I was doing a lot of leadership development, we always did personality assessments and stuff like that. So I found that whenever I had those opportunities to kind of like see different personality types and understand more about somebody's personality type, especially if they agree that it describes them, it made it easier for me to be like, oh, okay, I understand how to approach this person a little bit more, especially when you don't know somebody, personally. You haven't known them, for an extended period of time. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. But I'm definitely like really a hardcore INTP. I get ENTP sometimes, even though I wouldn't consider myself to be an extrovert, but I'm very well adjusted to because I'm very like motivated by taking leadership over different things. So I do exhibit like a lot of ENTP sometimes, but I'm really an INTP for sure. Like I need my personal time to recharge. But I am good at I'm very good at socializing and leading groups and stuff. Why the links broke in my PDF? There we go. But yeah, some people they want to be unique snowflakes. They want to believe that, you know. So if you are like, oh, what do you think about this personality quiz? They're gonna feel some type of way. 16 personalities is based on Myers Briggs type indicator, which is something that has been around for quite some time. And it's a spectrum, and you can definitely be a different type at different points, but you don't really typically you don't really change drastically, you know what I mean? But depending on where you are in your life and how you have adjusted, your preferences can change. You said something about what are your big goals you want to achieve with your ideas. I want to I want to bring some new innovative like AI technology to the world, or concept to the world, especially if it can pertain to um tech education, STEM education, like revolutionized education. I was just dreaming about AR stuff. So that's we shall see where that's gonna go, because that kind of threw me off. That kind of threw me off. I'm like, I was just dreaming that I could just put shit on the walls in AR space. Okay, I'm like daydreaming about being able to see stuff on the walls. But I'm trying to see like what if I wanted to do some type of development, like what would I use? Just, I ain't trying to build the eyeglasses from the ground up. Man, I need something. I was thinking about an AI that adjusts with the kids' personal learning style to make their learning topics easier. Yeah, that would be cool. Um, it occurred to me that I should probably figure out. I'm going to use the term figure out very loosely though, but because I think it's sort of figured out, or this is kind of where things are going. Get text embeddings. I'm gonna save this. Hold on. Gen AI. But I was like, maybe I should just I should train my own teaching model, right? Like if I personally train the model, I know what the model knows. It's like making a teaching assistant, or because I think right now when a lot of people, when we train models, when we like fine tune the model, basically, for lack of better word, because fine tuning is a specific practice you would use. But when we customize the language model, more often it's like, oh, customize this to your specific like domain, as far as like company data, or customize it so it sounds more like you. But what about, which I think is a thing, but it wasn't something I was thinking about, like literally literally actually train the data. I mean, actually train the model by teaching it. The examples that we typically see, at least what I've seen personally, most of those examples are using, like, generating data, and then using that generated data to train the model, or to fine tune the model. Not really just being like, hey, I am a teacher and I'm going to teach the model. Not necessarily remember that the alignment problem is a tough nut to crack. What do you mean, Grace? Or what are you responding to, I guess? Teacher like the robot from the movie Chappie. I've never seen that movie. And probably no. I mean, like, so when we teach the large language model, it's not like, we're not having like a personal one-on-one teaching session, although it could kind of go in that direction. But I mean, more so, I can actually, maybe it's a combination of those. Like ChatGPT, for example, that language model has been taught, quote unquote, through its training. It's not like a person sits down and teaches it, you know what I mean? It's like it consumes a bunch of data and it learns from there. But then I think, instead of being like, hey, let me feed it a bunch of my text, or let me feed it a bunch of text transcripts from my live stream so that it can speak more similarly to what I do, right, and generate blogs that's in my my tone of voice, it would be more so like, okay, the different topics that I typically teach to a person, how do I would actually teach that data, feed that as data to the model, so that then I can actually use the model to generate courses, instead of having a model that actually speaks more like me. It would be more so giving it a similar knowledge set to what I have as an instructor. Does that make sense? Just because you create the data set does not mean you know what is learning. The intentional patterns may lead to different aligned goal. Well, it's, so for the record, the original thing that Fizzy posted was in talking about INTP personality type. Our type wants to find real, meaningful answers to seemingly impossible problems that haunt their imaginations. And then the question was, so for whoever has the similar personality type, what are your big goals that you want to achieve with your ideas? So, not by any means saying that these are simple things, but that was the whole point. Um, so yeah, but the topic, the concept that I'm talking about is already that's already something that's being researched and worked on. So it's very similar to this idea. YouTube.com. Textbooks are all you need, I think. Yeah. So this project, Textbooks Are All You Need, it more so was showing how training the model on more high quality data actually improved. This is like a large language model research. I don't know if you saw it, but for those, just gonna give a description just because I won't assume, but with Textbooks Are All You Need, their project was showing how training the model with more high quality data actually improved the reasoning. It improved its reasoning, and it also improved like more the educational components or educational, what I want to say, capabilities of the large language model. um, the more high quality the data was, the better it was able to reason, and also the model could be trained. The model was smaller. It could be trained on a smaller data set, and still compete with the larger models, just because the data quality was better. Um, they didn't they the I guess the way that they actually thought about quote unquote textbooks is they actually had like GPT, one of the GPT models, I can't remember which one, but they had the model generate textbook quality data, and then they used that to they used that to train the model. I thought originally when I heard the title, I thought they were literally taking actual textbook data and training the model on that. um so that's something that I'm interested in. I think I saved this one on my channel, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it? Is it under this one? Yeah, it's under State of AI Tech Talks. All right. Let me see. What should we do now? Cause I'm about to go to bed. What's going on Twitch though? I'm like one of the only freaking weirdos sitting here writing code on a Saturday night. DB Rivera. All right, I think we should go and check out DB Rivera today. Haven't been here before, but uh, we like to spread the love. So let's do a raid slash raid. All right, so yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I already did my lab, so I think I need to get into the material for the code generation and chat completion. So that's the material I'm going to jump into tomorrow because basically it seems like it might take me a couple days just to kind of catch up on it, and I want to be ready for Tuesday sessions. So in the meantime, I will definitely see y'all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.